when the president does it, that means that it is not illegal.
I don't think that my church is actually particularly controversial.
I have already condemned in unequivocal terms the statements of Reverend Wright that have caused such controversy and in some cases pain.
This is a church that I have been a member of for 20 years. This is a well-established, typical, historically African-American church on the south side of Chicago with a wonderful set of ministries. And what I have been hearing and had been hearing in church was talk about Jesus and talk about faith and values and serving the poor.
For some, nagging questions remain. Did I know him to be an occasionally fierce critic of American domestic and foreign policy? Of course.
Did you know that he had made these statements before the videotape appeared?
You know, frankly, I didn't. I wasn't in church during the time that these statements were made. Now,
did I ever hear him make remarks that could be considered controversial while I sat in the church? Yes.
I did not hear such incendiary language myself personally, either in conversations with him or when I was in the pew.
Did I strongly disagree with many of his political views? Absolutely.
Had I heard those in the church, I would have told Reverend Wright that, that I profoundly disagreed with them. They didn't reflect my values and they didn't reflect my ideals.
Wir haben nicht ihre Kolonien. Wir haben nicht all die Möglichkeiten internationaler Weltverbindungen, die diesen Staaten und Völkern zu eigen sind. Wir müssen unser Reich, in dem wir so beengt sind und so wenig Lebensvoraussetzungen besitzen, sorgfältig überlegt, bearbeiten und bewirtschaften. Wir kommen ohne Plan nicht aus. Deutschland, Sieg heil! Sieg heil! Sieg heil!
Может и расшибет на то, что товарищ Сталин умеет выполнить свой долг перед народом. Перед рабочим классом. Перед крестьянством. Перед интеллигенцией.
Against Iran, Saddam also decides to use them against the Kurds, his own citizens, living in the mountains of northern Iraq. Saddam considers the Kurds his enemies. Their goal is to be granted independence from his country. The Kurds have their own political parties and their own militia, the Peshmerga. In 1987, Saddam appoints his cousin, Ali Hassan al-Majid, to execute a military campaign called the Anfal. Anfal is Arabic for the spoils. The term refers to a book in the Quran that proclaims the spoils of war belong to Allah and his messengers. A year later, in February 1988, the Iraqi army begins the Anfal campaign. Saddam believes it will solve his Kurdish problem. For the next 6 months, al-Majid orders the Iraqi Air Force to drop mustard gas and nerve agents on the civilian population. For this, he becomes known among Iraqis as Chemical Ali. These people show the visible signs of mustard gas, skin burns and blistering.